might think that you are a-okay in your finance, or you might think that you are struggling in your finance day to day. Why don't we figure it out to see where are we actually? Stay at the end of the video to find out, can we do better than this? Or should we twist a little bit here and there? And then we can find out more about it at the end of the video. So stay tuned. What better way to do it with check and balance with one of the famous baby steps from Dave Ramsey. I will go and walk through with you each step and to see maybe you agree, maybe you think there's another way better, or maybe you have a agreement, let's go and work on it. I think it'll be totally fun. Before I start it, I will introduce myself. My name is Mira. Welcome to Healthy Wealthy Mogul channel. I am a full-time mom. I run my own company, Language Translations. I raise my son, and I also raising my big giant puppy, and I have a husband here, and we live in Florida. Really good to see you. If you're new, a huge welcome back to all my friends here. Thank you so much for coming and visiting me here and spending your time here with me. Dave Ramsey say save $1,000 for starter emergency. I totally agree at the beginning part of it. I heard about Dave Ramsey about 8-9 years ago when I started my journey of the debt-free journey. So Dave Ramsey say $1,000 save up for emergency fund as a starter, and I think $1,000 for starting fund is actually totally great, because there are a lot of people out there in the United States, they don't even have $1,000 for an emergency, for anything, either car broke down with a tire, or anything, something wrong in the dishwasher or laundry machines, or anything, even for the children, or prescriptions, or whatever they need, or for any deductions for their house. Anything that they would need, they don't even have that, even $400. So I think that is a scary news that when you actually hear it. So $1,000 actually give you a chance to not get into debt. So I think actually it's a great idea, great to have $1,000 as a starter emergency fund. The question is, do you already have $1,000 in the emergency fund as a starter? Or maybe do you actually started it on your way already for $1,000, or do you finish it already? So one or the either way, it is actually not a bad idea at all to keep that one in your mind and get it done. Number two is, Dave Ramsey say, pay off all your debt except the mortgage, except the house. So I think I totally agree with that. Pay off all your debt. A debt can be anything. It could be credit card debt, consumer credit card debt. It could be car loans. It could be the medical debt. It could be, there are a lot of debts, I think it is extremely important that we have to get rid of those debts except the mortgage, so that we are not making other company richer instead of us. So we really have to work on that, making sure that if you have $1,000 in your budget, if you have a number one done, definitely is a great idea to stop paying all your debt. He said that snowball method, so I totally agree that I make a video about it. I'll link it over somewhere here for you guys. Go and check it out. Is it extremely powerful? I think you're gonna found it very useful, and go and check it out after this video. You're gonna love it. It is very detailed, but it's very powerful. So that way you can go and track your debts and pay off all your debts. For me as personal, I already pay all my debt except our mortgage. I do not have any other debt personally under my name except our house and mortgage. So what state are you? Are you also paying all your debt too? And there are a lot of ways you can pay all your debt, not just only snowball. There's an avalanche method too. On my Excel sheet that I explained, it's gonna show it to you too. Whichever method makes sense to you, you can definitely try that. If you're paying off the debt, what debt are you working on? Feel free to write down here. In this community, we always help each other. Maybe whatever you are struggling here, there might be somebody in the community can give you a push that you need it. Or maybe I can interact with you and to see anything that I can support you mentally over here. Number three, Dave Ramsey says, save the 3 to 6 months fully funded emergency fund. So which is extremely important. How do you know which is fully funded emergency fund? This is my take on, which is that, let's say you have expenses, right? I make the video about the budget sheet. My budget sheet is super simple. Go and check it out. I'll make a list link over here for you. It's pretty much one column sheet. It is super easy, super fun to do it. Go and check it out and try to mimic it if you can. This is so cool. How you gonna figure it out is that when you have expenses, go and see that all the expenses, write it down. Either could be Excel sheet, or could be in the Word document, or it could be even in the pen and paper. Go and write it down, and all you need is just to take some time and figure out what your real number is, and you will figure out all your expenses, including mortgage, gas, and everything that you spend in order to survive and living well in your life. Be careful when you do the expenses though. When I see emergency expense, It does not include a new makeup or a new shoes or a new hair color or a new watch or a new nothing. It's just something that very basic thing that we need in order to support ourselves and our family. I think I totally agree with 1, 2, and 3. I totally agree with that. Number 4, Dave Ramsey say invest 15% of your household income in retirement. When he say 15%, it is a quite big numbers. That made me concerned that a person needs to wait until the 4th step in order to start investing it. I do not agree with that. And as much as I love and respect Dave Ramsey, I think a person should start investing at least a few percentage. The reason is that, even though you're paying all your debt, you want to start investing at least 1%, 2%. If you're working in the United States, company, there's a company match. Whatever percentage that you invested, the company match it. It could be like 3%, it could be 2%, it could be 4%, it could be up to 6%. So we don't want to miss out those opportunity instead of paying all your debt. So paying all debt at the same time, start investing some amount of money in order to get some earning, because those are compound interests are super powerful. It's definitely gonna help you for the long run. We always have to look at the overview picture. As much as Dave Ramsey is a guru in the financial world, which is extremely awesome, and I respect that, everything that everybody say, it might not fit in each individual bucket. So we have to work on it, what is best fit for you. So the question is, do you agree with it? Everything that he said? Do you actually pay off everything first and start investing? Or do you actually start investing a little bit when you start paying off a lot of debt too? Number 5, Dave Ramsey says save the college fund for your children. It is so great that Dave Ramsey mentioned that in order to we can support our future generation. Here's a trick. When you retire, there is no retirement fund or no retirement loan. There's nothing. Nobody gonna loan you when you retire. But when the kids grow up in 18 or 19 or 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, whatever age they are, they can still loan the money to pay for education. And they have enough energy and age to keep working on their life. But when you are 80 years old, there is no retirement loan that you can loan it for anywhere else, because no one gonna loan you. That is the true honest. It hurts. That's true. So instead of saving the college fund for your kids, I suggest that instead of saving more for future generations, the college fund sounds selfish, but it is not. But we have to look at the overview. Instead of doing the college fund, we just do it, put it more in our retirement, put more in the investments, put more into the saving, so that way we actually take care of ourselves, so that way we can actually support them and help them when we need it to. But the goal is that we are actually trying to teach our next generation how to sufficient, how to be independent themselves, how to manage the money, how to able to cope their situation in life instead of getting into debt or getting a student loans. And the truth is that is a truth that nobody is really want to talk about it. Everybody's scared to talk about it. We all think that we have to take care of everything for our next generation, which is not true. There are so many news that you heard on the news that all the adult kids are going back to parent house, or vice versa. And I think it is a shame that get to that point. We really have to step up our individual games and look into that and see what can we do in next 10 years, what can we do in next 20 years or 30 years, 40 years. We have to work on it to see as an individual part of it. We are not just waiting for our parents saving our money for us, nor the other way either. So we really have to step up our games. And I know that sounds like very intimidating. The truth is we have to face the reality, and we can do it, trust me. And number 6 is the paying off the mortgage, which is one of my favorite things. I love it. Yes, I'm in here. I am paying off the mortgage right now. And, it's just between me and my husband. We're working really hard and to figure out the plan to working on it to pay off the mortgage. It is a monster. It is a beast, but we're not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it. I'm ready to tackle it down from the top to the bottom and in the between, in the middle. So I love it, every second of it. I'm not saying every day is perfect and sunny and shiny. Of course, even in Florida, there are gloomy day and Hurricane Ian day. A lot of things happen in life. Whatever happens, and if it's a bad day, we just have to put our heads straight and we have to keep walking toward it. And at the same time, when it's sunniest day, we just look around and to see what kind of thing we can do better. So there are days and nights we have to keep walking our life and to see, Dave Ramsey said this, we can do this. Yes, but what can we do better in these baby steps, between the steps? So are you also trying to pay your mortgage too? What step are you in the baby step? And let me know. I really want to hear it. I mean, you heard it on the news and on the social media. You heard all the news saying, I am this and this age, you still do have a student loan and I still have a mortgage. Am I downsizing? Am I, bankrupting? Everything that they are doing, we really heard that those news. We had to learn from somebody else's mistake and learn it from it and work on it better for ourselves. Building wealth and giving. That is awesome. And I think, to be honest, building wealth and giving, we shouldn't actually wait for until the last minute either. What I mean is actually when you're doing the paying off debt on the second stage, you can actually stop giving. When you do giving, it doesn't have to be thousands of dollars. It doesn't have to be that. I'm a language translator and interpreter. That's what my company does. When I do day-to-day business, I hear all the news, all the client, this and that situation. Whenever I can, I always try to chip in. Of course, I cannot do every phone call and donating 100, you got 100, you got 100, you got 100. I cannot do that. I'm not that rich yet. Maybe one day I might do that. But now, what I'm trying to do it, where if this is a perfect situation that I can step in, I'm willing to do a little bit here and there. Of course, I cannot donate so much. I'm not giving back so much yet. But I'm at least giving them some advice to my friends or people who ask my help in finance. I give them how can they do better. This is what I'm doing here on YouTube, that hey, you know what, we can do it all. We just have to do it one step at a time, like baby steps that over here. And I hope that you found this video very helpful and see what step are you in. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to follow 1 to 2 3 4 5 6 7. You just have to see, well, I'm paying off my debt here, but at the same time I can also do here. When I was paying off debt, I'm not just sitting down and working hard and paying off debt only. I'm also trying to figure it out where I don't ever want to get into that situation again, because I made a mistake, about consumer debt, because I got stressed and I used that as a retail therapy. Buying things to eat, buying things to wear, all the things, that classic mistake that I had done. It wasn't fun. It was fun when I was doing it, but it wasn't fun when you actually looking into your bank account, At the same time, I realized that, and I realized that I should start working on my life into building wealth. I hope you like this video, and do not forget to go and check it out, the Excel sheet that I taught to you, and also my budget sheet. They are super easy, powerful. It will help you get out of debt. The rest is your job, not getting back into debt, because that is our human nature. We forgot things. We can never forget where we come from. We can never forget that debt is not good. It sucks. The debt is not good. The debt sucks, and we will never get into debt again. And debt-free is the best way to live. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next video.